Top 10 Best Places to Visit in Laos. Laos is a tranquil landlocked country in Southeast Asia. Often overshadowed by its neighboring countries, Thailand, Vietnam and Cambodia, for their more famous attractions, Laos has plenty to offer, with the benefit of fewer crowds. 10. Bokeo Nature Reserve. The Bokeo Nature Reserve was created to protect its population of the black-cheeked gibbon, rediscovered in 1997, which was previously thought to be extinct. A visit to Bokeo Nature Reserve is not complete without a stay at the Gibbon Experience, an ecotourism conservation project. Guests stay in treehouses and travel by zipline through the forests in search of the black gibbon. 9. Nong Kiao. Nong Kiao, sometimes called Nong Kia, is a popular tourist destination in Luang Prabang province because of its many walking, mountain climbing and biking opportunities. The bridge connects the two parts of Nong Kiao, and is a good place to see stunning views of the river and mountains. Nong Kiao is a rustic village, so visitors shouldn't expect truly luxurious accommodations. Spelunkers may enjoy exploring the Pha Tak caves that are located about a mile from town. 8. Tham Kong Lo. Tham Kong Lo is an incredible underground karst limestone cave tucked away inside Pho Hin Bon National Park in central Laos. Also known as Konglor Cave, which means beauty in the dark. The cave is accessible only by longtail boat. You can chug along one of the longest river cave systems in the world with your way illuminated by magical miners' lamps. Recently added colorful lights create a charming and theatrical light show to what was once a pitch-dark caving adventure. 7. Luang Namtha. Luang Namtha, which means the area around the Da River, is the largest city in the Luang Namtha province of northern Laos. Located along the riverbanks of the Namda, one of the dozen tributaries on the Mekong River, the town functions mainly as a stopover on the backpacker route between China and Laos, or as a way to break up the longboat journey between Zay and Luang Prabang. 6. Wat Phu. Wat Phu Champasak, also known as Vat Pho Champasak, is an ancient Khmer Hindu temple complex spread across 6 terraces and 3 levels. Located at the base of Mount Pho Kao, Wat Phu, which means mountain temple, has buildings that are well over 1,000 years old. The highlight of the city is Wat Pho itself, an ancient shrine dedicated to Lord Shiva, one of the gods of the Hindu Trimurti. It boasts intricate carvings, a sacred spring, and a set of beautiful Buddha images. The sanctuary was converted into a Buddhist monastery in the 13th century, which it still functions as today. 5. Si Phan Don. Si Phan Don, which means 4,000 islands, is a series of different-sized islands dotted along the Mekong River in southern Laos Kong district. The main island of Don Kong, the largest island, has a few temples and a museum, but there isn't a whole lot to do on the islands, especially when half of them are underwater after the annual Mekong flooding. But with their backdrop of rice fields, waterfalls, and farmland scattered with riverside huts, that's all part of the charm of Si Phan Don. Sitting on the border with Cambodia, Si Phan Don's culture has a mixture of Laotian and Cambodian charm. Spend your days spotting freshwater Irrawaddy dolphins off the coast of Don Kong and photographing the remains of Laos' first railway, the Don Khon narrow-gauge railway built by the French as a way to get around the massive Kone Phafang Falls. 4. Phonsavan. Phonsavan is the provincial capital of the Siêng Kuang province in central Laos, and the gateway to the Plain of Jars. Built in the 1970s to replace the old town that was destroyed during the Second Indochina War, the town is characterized by brightly colored wooden houses and cattle fields tended by Hmong cowboys. Surrounded by undulating hills and pine forests, the scenic town of Phonsavan, which aptly means Hills of Paradise, has a great climate all year round. The main attraction is the megalithic archaeological landscape in Laos that's made up of thousands of stone, jar-like structures dotted about the valleys. Believed to have been used as graves or to store rice wine, the remains of these mysterious stone jars are one of the most famous prehistoric sites in Southeast Asia. 3. Vang Vieng. The reputation of riverside Vang Vieng precedes it. Surrounded by wild fields in central Laos, Vang Vieng is a small tourist town popular with parties seeking young backpackers. The town is home to all sorts of accommodation, from hostels to guest houses, as well as plenty of bars and restaurants that are open until late during the main tourist season. There are so many day trips to enjoy from Vang Vieng that can be booked at any of the travel kiosks in town, such as the trip to the aptly named Blue Lagoon. When you've spent a sociable day floating and drinking down Vang Vieng's scenic river, The limestone karst-filled mountains that surround the town are an amazing location for trekking and rock climbing, so come prepared for adventure. 2. Vientiane. As Vientiane is the capital and largest city in Laos, it's worth a visit. Once a French trading post, Vientiane is usually used simply as a stopping point for those flying in or out of the international airport. There are several temples to explore, but the best way to experience Vientiane is with a stroll along the Mekong River at sunset, browsing one of the riverside markets along the way. 1. Luang Prabang. The most popular place to visit in Laos, Luang Prabang is an historic city that once served as the capital of the Kingdom of Laos. Set at the point where the Mekong and Nam Kong rivers meet, Luang Prabang stands in front of a backdrop of a magnificent hilltop temple. While in Luang Prabang, you will want to wake up early to witness the daily Talk Bat, where hundreds of the community's monks, clad in saffron robes, silently walk through the streets to gather alms. Explore the beautiful Pha Tad K Botanical Garden, home to more than 2,000 species of plants, and take your time bartering for souvenirs and rice wine at the local street market. Luang Prabang is a great base for exploring some of Laos' most famous attractions on a day trip.